I have a confession to make. I have something that I've been doing for some time now, and I think I've become addicted to it. I just find myself going to this place whenever I get a chance and buying these things, and I get them home and I go through them, and I finally pick up one of these things and I just open it up and I stare at it and I get sucked in. So, I really love to read. I really do. And I like going to the thrift store. So somehow, I don't know what happened, but at some point, it became like this habit that I would go in the thrift store and I would pick up random books. I know. Just, I would just go in there and not even pay attention to the titles and just pull the books out and just put them in the cart and buy them. Get them home and just be surprised at whatever it is that I picked up. And amazingly, I've noticed that I've picked up some books that ended up being very interesting that I otherwise would never have given the time of day. So, I figured I would share this with you guys and make a random book of the month and start something else new on my page, share something else that's going on with me. And the very first random book of the month is what's triggering me to just go ahead and just share certain books with you guys, because I'm just like amazed at some of the different books that are actually floating around out there. Just, you'll see. So I got the itch to read, and I usually bring those books home and I'll put them on a bookshelf, and just whenever I get time I'll pick up whichever one and start reading it. And I didn't even like, sometimes I don't even realize the what books I have because of that habit now. And yeah, yeah, I told you I had to confess it. But here we go. I picked up this book, and this is my book of the month. It's the book that I'm actually going to be reading. And at first, when I picked it up out of like my random books, I laughed at it. I laughed at it, and I took it to my husband and I showed him the name of this book, and he laughed at it too. And he was laughing at me. I'm not really sure. And he was like, "Why are you showing that to me? And why are you reading it?" But here we go. The book is called The Irritable Male Syndrome: Managing the Four Key Causes of Depression and Aggression. It's by Jed Diamond, author of Male Menopause. Are y'all still holding a straight face? Are y'all laughing? All right. So, get serious. I opened up the book, and there's always like this point with me whenever I open up like one of the random books that I got, that I have this point that I am deciding if I'm actually going to read it, or if I'm just going to skim through it, or if I'm just going to put it back on the shelf until maybe I'm brave enough to actually read something that I'm not interested in. So, I picked up this book and I got to this point, and there's a quote in here by comedian Ellen Boosler, and it starts off at the part one section of this book, and it's this um in big letters. It's the problem, and the quote is, "When women are depressed, they either eat or go shopping. Men invade another country." So I kid you not, I was just sitting there laughing at this quote, and surprised that it was in this book. And I was sitting down here in my little computer chair, and I happened to have this image in my mind of my husband, like at his desk, playing on his PC, um, some type of Divide and Conquer, or Capture the Flag, or Call of Duty, or Battlefield, or some other type of player versus player, try to take over the world type game. and I was just tickled. I was laughing, I was giggling. And it just made me more interested in the book. So I was just sitting there reading, and I turned the page and started reading the book. Found myself turning the page and turning the page and turning the page and turning the page again. And thus, this became my random book of the month that I'm reading. And I figured I would just take a moment and share that with you guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the random book of the month. And also, if you've read this book, what did you think of it? And if you have any books that you would like to recommend for me to read, feel free to comment in the bottom or inbox me and let me know. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed, and feeling well. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Stay blessed.